What's up guys, you're watching India Today Tech, I'm Rahul Sethi, and in this video I'm going to unbox the Galaxy M10. It's the latest and most talked about smartphone in the market right now because it comes with a notch display and a price tag of 8990. India Today Tech first broke out the news about its price and now it has been launched, so we'll unbox it and take a look at all of its specs, features and camera quality as well. So major specs of the smartphone is listed at the back. At 9290 box price, you get the 32GB variant that comes with dual camera and a thin bezel design. It has a big 6.22-inch display with HD plus resolution, that is 720p, but there is a drop style notch. There's a 13 megapixel primary sensor with f1.9 aperture and a 5 megapixel secondary sensor. There's a 5 megapixel camera at the front for selfies and there's a 3400 mAh battery. Also note that there's the Exynos 7870 processor, which is slightly inferior than what we thought it would have, that is the 7872, and you can compare the 7870 with Snapdragon 435 or 450. I mean, the Snapdragon 625 is faster than this, so you should not really compare it with that, and we'll have to take a look at the performance as well in the later stage. But for now, let's quickly unwrap the smartphone and take a look at its design and build quality. Alright, so first up in the box is a small box that does not have the back cover. I can feel it's very lightweight. So it has a quick start guide that tells you how to set up the smartphone and all the keys and ports that the phone has. Then there's a regional lock guide that says it's locked to the Indian SIM, and there is a warranty card that says the warranty is valid only for India. And let's take a look at the smartphone now. So this is the blue color variant we have, and it's a pretty lightweight smartphone but doesn't look quite handy for a 6.22-inch device having a notch display. But anyways, we'll take a look at this, but first let's be done with the accessories. The travel adapter that ships with the smartphone has a 5-watt output, which is quite low and is no way capable of fast charging. Then there's a micro USB cable, which is quite small in length. Then lastly, there is a SIM ejector tool. Alright, now let's take the smartphone out of the wraps and take a look at its design. The phone is fully built out of plastic. It may appear to have a glass back, which is because it looks quite shiny, but it is actually plastic and there is no removable cover on the device. I mean, this back cover is not really removable and is made in a unibody style fashion. So we'll see that there is a SIM tray somewhere on the device, and here it is. Let's quickly pull the SIM tray out and take a look at the slots. So it is a triple slot tray which allows you to add a micro SD card for storage expansion and 2 nano SIM cards. On the right, you'll see there is the volume rocker and the lock button, which are quite tactile and have very good feedback. They're jutting out of the body in a very nice fashion and they give a very clickety feel. Also, they are quite reachable, and the phone being quite big at 6.22 inches, this is a nice placement of both these buttons. At the bottom, the phone has a micro USB port, primary microphone and a 3.5mm headphone jack, and at the top you get the secondary microphone for noise cancellation, which is quite nice addition at this price. Also at the back, you'll notice there is no fingerprint scanner, so you'll have to make do with face recognition or pattern unlock. On the top left corner, you get dual camera setup with a single LED flash. The speakers are placed at the back side and not at the bottom, and the earpiece is placed between the display and the phone body, and the front camera is placed on the notch, which will be more accurately visible once I set up the smartphone. So let's do that quickly. So it starts up very much like the iPhone, but that is how all the Samsung phones have a setup screen. Also, you'll notice the languages in which you can set up the smartphone. Apart from various international languages are the Indic languages, which includes Nepali, Marathi, Hindi, Bangla, Punjabi, Gujarati, Malayali, Telugu and many others, which is quite nice. Right now let's select the English, UK and get started. So as I said, you'll have to use face recognition pin pattern or password to unlock the smartphone. There is no fingerprint scanner. So let's quickly set up the face recognition and take a look at how accurate or fast it is. Although it just uses the front camera, so it won't be very secure, and that is what Samsung also says in its disclaimer before you set up the face recognition. But anyways, if you're someone who's keen on using any unlock method apart from fingerprint, this is what it has to be. So I found out that it just takes a bit more time compared to regular face recognition that I have found on phones. But anyways, as Samsung says, we can't be really sure if this will be very accurate. So this is the Galaxy M10 guys, and it comes with a new interface altogether. It is the Experience UI 9.5. Let's see if it is built on Android 9 Pie or not. So it is still built on Android 8.1 Oreo. So the underlying software is still very old, but the Experience UI, as you will notice, has some changes to it. Like you'll see the icon pack is new, so you'll find some really nice colorful icons, but more or less the interface works in a very similar fashion as the older Experience UI that you would find on flagship as well as budget Samsung smartphones. Since the phone has HD resolution, you'll see the icons appear big and are not fine or very small, and you may not be able to make them small either because the resolution doesn't allow. But since it's a very similar Experience UI, you'll see most of the Samsung features that you get on flagships is available on M10 as well. Like there's a blue light filter, the smart view that allows you to switch, then there's the ultra data saving mode, and there's Dolby Atmos audio also on the device. So features like Samsung Pay are not present on this device. Also, Samsung says there are lesser clutter or third-party apps on the smartphone, which may be true, but I still find a lot of Samsung apps on it, and that itself are not handful. I mean, you'll see there are a lot of Samsung applications already present on the device out of the box. But I think Samsung has given a nice touch to a smartphone at 9,000 rupees. I mean, for this price point, you get a notch display and new Samsung interface, which is not a bad proposition at all. Although we'll have to take a look at how fast the phone is after a day or two or a week of usage, so we can check that it remains as swift and responsive as it is straight out of the box, which is not usually the case with Samsung smartphones. Be it you select in any price category, there is a lot of RAM management that is required on this one to get it flying all the time. But it's really in the long run that I'll be able to tell you how fast the Galaxy M10 is. The display was appearing to be quite nice. It has good viewing angles, and if we talk about the brightness levels, they're also quite nice. But if we talk about running a YouTube video, you'll see the color reproduction is actually quite good on the Galaxy M10. Although you might say the resolution is capped at 720, which is not really a great thing, but most smartphones in this price segment don't offer a full HD panel, and if they do, they're generally not good. This one on Samsung M10 is quite nice and have very good color reproduction. For a 720p panel, I am not complaining at all. Look at the colors, I mean, they are quite nice. Obviously, when you zoom in, there is a slight pixelation, and when you look at it closely, you will figure that out. But otherwise, I cannot really nitpick anything about this display. It's amazing, and Samsung has known for its display quality, and this is what you get on the Galaxy M10, which is quite nice. The colors are quite nice, and so are the black levels, which are quite deep. Also, if we talk about the audio quality, you will see it is Now, sound quality is not very amazing. It gets nice loud and it lacks clarity and depth at full volume. Let's take a look at the front and rear camera on the device. As you can see, the rear camera has a wide angle sensor as well that allows you to capture a wider field of view compared to the normal sensor. But if we talk about the autofocus, really, it's not bad. It's quite slow, but gets to the object, locks in focus quite nicely, and it takes its own sweet time, but gets the job done. Also, there was a slight lag while clicking the photo, which I don't know if it was of processing or clicking the photo itself. Let's try it one more time and see that. So it's probably processing the photo after it clicks, and it takes quite a while for the photo to appear in the gallery, but it's not blurred, which is the main thing. It's pretty sharp, and the details, as you can see, are also quite nice. I'm impressed. At this price point, Samsung is able to bundle camera, which is quite usable in good light situations. I'll also leave some image samples, but let's take a look at the front camera as well on the device. Now this is slightly faster compared to the rear camera, but it is beautifying my face and it's not very sharp. Let's try turning off the beauty mode and using the camera as it is in the normal mode. So again, the selfie is not very sharp, although it has properly lit my face, and in the process the background has totally gone whitewashed. You'll see no detail of the background, but it has been able to keep all the details of the foreground, that is my face and my jacket and all the clothes, in a very nice fashion. So this is good, and the color is not really very off balance, so it's not over saturating colors. But as you'll see, it's a 5 megapixel sensor. You cannot expect much from it. It does not capture a good amount of details, and I'm very skeptical of it in low light situations. Anyways, let's take a look at the few samples taken from rear camera. So this is the Galaxy M10, guys. Looks quite nice, has a good display, good cameras, and so far I have not been able to nitpick anything about the display as well, which looks amazing. But the performance remains to be seen, and also the charging time, since the phone comes with a 5-watt adapter only. It will take quite some time to charge its 3400 mAh battery. So I'll have to figure that out, and I'll let you know all of that in my full review. Also, I'll do some gaming on this device and see if 7870, the Exynos chip on this device, is able to handle games like PUBG or not, which again I'm quite skeptical of. Anyways, if you've liked this video, hit the thumbs up button and share it with your friends so that more people can know about the Galaxy M10 and how it looks and feels. Also, if you've liked it, hit the thumbs up button. It never hurts. Thank you for watching.